At Psych2Go, our mission is to make everyday psychology and mental health more accessible to everyone by breaking down complex information into digestible and heartwarming animation and voice. If you like our content and wanna help us reach 15 million subscribers, consider clicking on that subscribe button for more content like this one. You mean the world to us. Thank you. All right, without further ado, let's talk about today's theme, sleep disturbances. Have you ever gone to bed a little earlier than usual? Had vivid dreams, and then suddenly woke up between 3 and 5 in the morning? The room is quiet. Your phone is dark. Everyone else is asleep. And out of nowhere, you feel painfully alone. Not just bored, not just awake, but alone in a deep, heavy, hard to name kind of way. You're not imagining it if this has happened to you, and you're definitely not weak for feeling it. In fact, there is a psychological reason this happens. That early morning window, roughly between 3 and 5 a.m., is one of the most emotionally vulnerable times for the human brain. Here's why. Around this time, your body temperature is at its lowest, your emotional regulation is reduced, and your brain is transitioning out of dream sleep. In other words, your mind wakes up before your emotional defenses do. You're conscious enough to feel things, but not grounded enough to process them. That's why emotions can feel louder, heavier, and more personal at night. If you wake up after dreaming, your brain may still be in what's called a hypnopompic state, the in-between space between sleep and wakefulness. During this state, emotions from dreams can linger. Memories and longings surface more easily. Logic and reassurance take longer to come online. So if you dream about someone you miss, a past version of yourself, a moment where you felt safe or connected, your brain may wake up asking, where did that feeling go? And in the silence of the night, that absence can feel a lot like loneliness. This kind of loneliness isn't about being alone in the room, it's about lack of connection in the moment. At night, there's usually no one to text, no distractions to buffer your thoughts, no external feedback reminding you that you are seen. Your nervous system scans for safety and connection and finds quiet instead. So your brain fills the silence with questions like, am I alone in this? Does anyone really understand me? Will this feeling ever pass? And this is especially common for people who are emotionally exhausted or are grieving or are depressed or burned out or have experienced trauma or have spent a long time being strong for others. Waking up feeling lonely does not mean you're broken or you're regressing or that you'll feel this way forever. It means your brain is tired, honest, and unfiltered. During the day, we stay busy. At night, the mask comes off. And what's left is usually the part of us that wants comfort, reassurance, and to not feel so alone with our thoughts. Welcome to being a human. But if this kind of waking happens often, especially alongside persistent sadness, loss of appetite, emotional numbness, or feeling disconnected during the day, it might be your body's way of asking for support. Not because you failed, but because you've been carrying a lot on your own. So if you're watching this because you've woken up feeling lonely at night, we want you to know that you are not strange for feeling this way and you are not behind and you're not alone in this experience. Sometimes the quiet hours just make feelings louder. If this video resonated with you, let us know in the comments. Have you experienced this too? And if you'd like a follow-up video on what to do when nighttime loneliness turns into anxiety or how to support someone who feels this way, let us know. Your voices help shape what we create next.